Hello and welcome to episode 56 of TrustyHogs.
Hello and welcome to episode 56 of TrustyHogs.
I'd already said it. Why'd you say it again?
I already said it. Why'd you say it again and then worse? I hate you don't start.
I thought...
This is the second episode where we've opened like this.
I hate
No,
you.
We've never opened like this before.
This is... usually what she tries to do is speak in tandem with me, whereas now she's... she's doing what she used to do now.
She's now doing what she used to do now.
Do you want me to compliment your jumper or not?
Yes.
Well, I'll trade you. Can you stop being a gobshite and I'll tell you you have a nice jumper?
Yes.
Nice jumper. Is that from Monsters, Inc.?
It's Monsters, Inc.
Woo!
Welcome to episode 56 of TrustyHogs.
How many times are we going to say 56?
It's just nice because then they play the theme tune and it goes into like, through the fog.
I really hope they're already playing the theme tune and that nobody's having to listen to this shit.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them, or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Episode 56 Trusty Hogs. Here's the thing. We're so far in now that I can't remember not doing this podcast, and I feel like I have Stockholm syndrome. Like I don't know if I even like you, but I look forward to seeing you.
Where's this coming from?
Listen, I'm just saying you're not a great host. Co-host.
Oh, okay. Hello to any new listeners.
Hi, welcome
My
to the
name's
podcast.
Helen Bauer. This is Catherine Bohart.
Hi, we're friends.
Stand-up comedians and best friends.
Yes, I
Why
said
have-
friends.
Okay, I have no idea where this is coming from.
I just feel like you should maybe, what if I said hello and welcome to episode 56 and then you were like, this is the podcast where we, like I always do.
Episode 57 will do that. That's fair. I
Thank
think
you.
that's fair, no?
Thank you very much.
I think it's charming, our banter.
My feedback session is over. Hello.
Can you genuinely not remember a time before the podcast?
No, and it's also important to say hi. I'm sorry, I'm actually being really mean to you for no reason. I got in from Sheffield at 3 a.m. from a gig last night and I'm very tired. That's what's actually happening. And while my hair looks amazing,
does.
I need you to know that I'm actually extremely tired.
3 a.m. from Sheffield?
Yeah,
I get it. I was in North London yesterday and I got home at like 9:30. So I'm like, I'm wiped. I'm wiped. The worst thing is you look more awake than me. I had so
Don't
much
I look
sleep.
like a little 90s nerd?
You
90s
do.
lesbian? Whoop.
You look very Annie
look
Hall.
Oh.
Like Annie Hall, not what's his name? Woody Allen. Not Woody Allen, Annie Hallish. That's how you look. Annie Hallish.
I'll take it.
Andrew, you like that?
To be
didn't
fair,
you?
I'm
You
not
like
wearing
that?
a bra. I'm not wearing a bra.
When you said Annie, it just made me...
Helen, you can't just grab my bare tits.
Yes, I can. I have overriding consent from you.
I have no bra.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I grabbed.
Okay, let me tell you what's going on with me.
Okay,
One,
sure.
I discovered an incredible podcast last night that I think you're going to love. And far be it from me to advertise another podcast this early in the episode, but I'm going to do it because you're going to die when I tell you about this podcast. It's called Normal Gossip. Has anyone listened to it?
No.
My God. Okay, so it's this woman. She has a guest every episode and they discuss in theory, like they intellectualize and justify the merits of gossip. So they'll be like, gossip's actually a really great tool for disseminating information for people who are like in groups that are marginalized. So like, it's a great way for women to keep each other safe. It's a great way for people to like check safe spaces, all that jazz. And then they use that as a vehicle to get into a fucking great gossip story.
Oh my
And
God, just like
then-
emotionally manipulating the conversation so they
it's
can be
so
like, he's
good.
trash.
So they're like, in many ways, it's actually like ethical and intellectual to gossip.
Let's gossip.
And it's so good. And then they tell the story from a listener that's been anonymized. And the gossip stories are genuinely insane. They are fascinating. Every single turn, and they pause to ask the guest, like, what would they do at this point? What would they do at this point? What would they do at this point? And you're like, I spent parts of the car ride yesterday being like, what? It's so good.
Wait, who are you driving with?
Delicious. Oh, I was doing a corporate, so this lovely man Louis drove me there and back. My
Lovely
life's not
Louis.
that hard, to be fair. Louis was so nice. Bless Louis. On the way back from Sheffield, that man was tired. I was worried about him, but like not worried about him.
Not worried enough to unplug your headphones and like stop listening to the gossip podcast.
It was such a good podcast. It was such a good. Also,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, he was so nice though. And a man with an electric scooter ran into his his side mirror, and I felt bad because the reason we were there on that road was because I wanted coffee. Anyway, Louis doesn't love me as much as I love him. The point is, this podcast is great, so strong recommend for that. What else is going on with me?
As good as finding a new podcast.
Especially one that has a couple of series. You're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I just listened to The Mystery Show, and there's only one series of 6 episodes, and I was like, it's so good, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's truly. Normal Gossip was sent to me by my friend Katie, and she was like, I don't know if you're in the market for a new podcast. And I'm like, I'm literally always in the market for a new podcast.
Because you won't listen to this.
I refuse to listen to this. I don't know how you people listen to this. Good God, it's loud. And the other thing that's going on with me is, as you know, there's a... Sorry, Andrew, are you typing?
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Are you...
Andrew, I think you fucked up, baby.
Is the thing you're typing specifically loud, or are you the loudest typer in the world?
I've had this criticism. I type like a cartoon secretary, I've been told.
Well... Sure, except that those are cute to me. What's happening here? Why are you doing it while we're podcasting?
Oh my God.
It's podcast. I'll put the mic on my keyboard so you can hear.
Is it not on your keyboard? Because I feel like I could hear it. Andrew.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. It is pod work. Em can verify.
Okay.
Catherine, I think just let Andrew be.
Well, can the people at home hear it like I can hear it?
I probably only when I put my mic next to it.
Em's so near to you. Em, are you like wincing from the sound? Each bash.
Do you know what that was like? Do you know in a horror film, like when you're like hiding from Michael Myers,
yeah,
you accidentally like drop a pen,
yeah,
and then Michael Myers is like, that was like that for me.
Really I felt that moment. She was just having a lovely conversation. They went, Andrew, and we all went silent. We were all nervous.
Except it's like if you were fucking flinging the pens at the ground. Like
I don't think you realise
who would possibly hear this.
How frightening it is to be told off by you. You have a very feminine strength
Thank you.
to you that can set fucking your blood running cold.
That's good though, isn't it?
Talking of blood running cold, it's the spooky episode of TrustyHogs. You said I could do it, did not do this. You said I could do it.
I was going to tell you one more story about me, but fine, I guess. Happy spooky
You've got 5 sentences, go.
Oh, come on, Helen.
5 sentences is fine.
Story.
You want 5 sentences?
5 sentences, yeah. And don't be like a fucker with the commas and the semicolons and stuff.
My landlord is putting up my rent so much I have to move out of my flat.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, no, keep going. It's fun for me.
Oh, we're still only doing...
Yeah.
Wow, what empathy you possess.
You move next to Helen. That's a sentence.
No, it's not. I'm not
Okay.
wasting that. I'm very sad about leaving my home and also really genuinely resent landlords and the fact that they don't give a shit that you are a good tenant and pay your rent and take care of their flats.
Correct.
Trying to get excited about the possibility of change, but I do hate things out of my control.
True that.
And I was feeling really genuinely depressed about it.
I feel really bad about this 5 thing now.
But then a very nice friend said that they might also be looking at the same time, and I've allowed myself to get excited about change in a little bit of a way. But also, I hate the financial crisis, and I hate I hate landlords, and also I hate the Chancellor, and also I hate the Tories, and also,
oh dear.
and also,
Oh no.
yeah. But also, I think that actually maybe I would like to share a home with a friend. I guess.
I think this could be right. I'm so sorry. I did not know that was happening. When did this happen?
Last week.
Oh, when I was on tour.
No, I did know when you were crying that day, but you were crying so much I didn't really feel like I could say.
No!
I just told Em afterwards.
That's so bad. I came in with so many tears in my eyes when I saw you that you were like, I won't tell
You had
her.
a late night.
Fuck you. Wait, obviously I had this in January. We got kicked out of our place. It's so stressful. Little thing. How long do you have?
Till I have like 2 months.
Okay, yeah, 2 months is like.
It's just that everybody. Usually I'd be fine because everybody's like, I'm pretty good at finding properties and it's London, so I'd be fine. But like this week, I said to people like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna have to move," and everyone's looked at me like, the best of luck to you in this hellscape. And you're like, oh, I thought I'd just find a flat, and they're like. You'll be lucky if you get a tent.
No, you'll find
in
somewhere.
a ditch, and
but
you're like,
it's a stress.
Oh God, okay.
It's a big stress looking for somewhere to live. But I think you're in a good place to look because you know who you want to live with, and you know what you want it to be like. Like you own a bit of furniture, like you're not starting from scratch.
Oh, it can be unfurnished. I've got all my stuff. Hey, here's the thing though, that I was gonna say, which is here's the one good silver lining.
You're
of all
gonna
this.
move down south to Helen.
No, I'm never coming south. You
Oh,
need to let
why
this
are
go.
you saying
I'm
this?
never coming south. I don't even know how you get to gigs in the north.
It'd be so nice. It'd be so nice. It's the great gang. Me, the Slime Country Boys, fucking Sean McLaughlin, Harriet and Bobby,
The Egg
like
Boy?
the crew. The what?
The Egg Boy?
The Egg Boy, yeah, the Egg
I
Slut.
don't think I'm going to ever go south, my sweet. But just to circle back, what I thought you'd be proud of is I've been seeing a lesbian for 2 months.
Yes.
And it wasn't even a conversation. Mama's just going to move in with a friend and she's not going to try to ruin her relationship.
Because it doesn't need to be.
Woohoo!
It can just be a relationship
I
without
know.
having to be on a dog pile.
But
and
are
I'm
you
proud of
me?
you.
What's a dog? What do you mean a dog pile?
A dog pile when people like lie straight on top of each other because they all live together.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was a lesbian thing.
Me too. I was like, what does she think she's saying? what phrase does she think she's taken
A
from
dog
lesbianism?
pile. Is that a lesbian thing?
No,
it's not.
no. Stop calling us dogs. I'd say generally both of you.
No, dog pile, not a dog. A dog. When people lie on top of each other, like in Playboy, when they got all the young girls to lie on top of each other.
It's spooky
Hello?
season. Ooh.
Oh, I was going to do a segue. Do you think there's a chance that your new place will be haunted? Ooh.
No, I'm probably going to go for
Whoa.
new bills. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I just don't want mold. Ghosts and mold. You kind of
Welcome to Halloween Hogs. Whoa. Welcome to the death zone.
Have you practiced this in the mirror?
Yeah, at home.
That was
it not
horrible.
good?
No, it felt really over rehearsed. Actually, I thought you should just throw it away. Do it again and just throw it away. No.
Andrew, could you do like a reverberation on the mic for when that goes out?
No.
Okay.
No.
Andrew's typing. Yell at him instead.
That sounds like it has a fucking reverberation. That was a hard word to say. Reverberation.
I'd like to say that last year for Halloween, we spoke about costumes and costume parties with the amazing Joe Sutherland. This year, I feel like we need to get into ghosts, our experiences with them, and share a ghost story each.
Okay, great. Are we going to do this like we think ghosts are real?
Catherine, why are you like that?
No, okay, sorry. Yeah,
You're
no.
Irish. There's loads of ghosts in Ireland.
Yeah, I'll tell you about one specific type if you like.
Is it the Banshee?
It is the Banshee.
So you mentioned this to me, and I was like, I looked them up.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Helen!
Only
Helen! What? This is why we can't have nice things. This is genuinely.
How is that a nice thing saying Banshee to me?
When somebody sends us a gift, right, we'll be like, oh, we'll open it on the main episode. And before we even get to it, Helen has like licked the box, shaken the box, turned the box upside down, gripped the box. So like she knows what it is. She'll be like, it's a magnet. And you're like, okay, or we could have just had a nice thing for 2 seconds. So I was going to tell you about my culture. You've ruined it. Sidebar, Sarah Jarque-Deakin sent us 4 bottles of wine from Fortnum Mason. What? I got the basket. Ka-ching. And it's unbelievably kind of her, and thank you to what an incredible exec producer, so kind. Circling back to Halloween.
Tell me about the Banshees. What's
the point? You've already read it. No,
all I did was look them up.
No, here's the thing. I'm just going to tell people at home about them and fuck you.
No, because all I know is that they're not in the water because they sound very aqua to me.
Okay, that's because they feel like sirens, but they're actually just female.
That's
ghosts.
what it feels like. So
Yeah.
I looked them up because I was like, oh, it's the mermaid thing.
They're
I'd
not
like to know.
remotely like sirens or mermaids.
Okay.
What I will say is though, it's a hard categorization because are they ghosts or are they fairies? A long held
Ghost
dispute.
fairies.
Kind of, actually, but ghost fairies of doom, because banshees have and are famous for their scream. And I think it's called a queena, so it's like a lamenting scream. And they are essentially the ghosts of death in Ireland. So it's supposedly that each family has a banshee themselves, and that there's a specific queena, specific scream for each of those banshees. And so what will happen is that when somebody is about to die in that family, the scream will be released or the banshee will wail, and then you're supposed to just like know that the death is coming.
So you would hear it over here, or do you need to be on the Emerald Isle?
No, I think it's also like it's important to say that these aren't real.
No, for the sake of today though. I believe it. I think Em and Andrew believe it.
No, I don't. I don't think it's real. I don't believe in ghosts.
Just because you've not heard it doesn't mean that it's not real.
Well, also, I don't know that you would hear a banshee screaming in Ireland.
What does it sound like?
Like honestly,
no,
no. I just mean like
no.
there's always women screaming in Ireland. We're always screaming. We're always
dead.
Death is coming. Yeah. So there you go. The death fairies and that's a banshee, but she already knew that because you fucking looked it up.
I
so
didn't. I just
you.
checked they weren't mermaids. I Google image search. It's such a different thing. Also, there's a film coming out about banshees.
Did you wank to banshee?
Did you see this?
Wait, who?
There's a movie, I don't know, an Irish film about banshees coming out with like
The
really famous
Banshees
people.
of Inisherin.
Yeah, that's it with like Colin Farrell or something. Or
Colin
Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, and then some people I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Amazing.
Weird that those are just two male names when it's about women, female ghosts.
Genuinely, I can only see two female cast members. Kerry Condon and Sheila Flitton.
Lovely stuff.
Well, listen, tell me about your ghost if you must.
Okay, so I've got a lot of ghost stuff to discuss. Number one.
Can we just frame this? Sorry. Today's Thursday, Halloween's Sunday, Monday?
Monday.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what people are listening to and if their vibe is. I guess they're still heading to work. They're not quite at the spook peak, but go ahead.
You are being such a nasty cunt today.
Sorry.
And I do not mind saying that. And if I hear the Bohart Banshee scream, I wouldn't even fucking tell you. There you go. I'll hear it and I'll be like, I'll fucking leave it. Let her fucking go.
Fine.
Because I've actually got some very real experiences with ghosts. Put that fucking down.
Can I drink my...
And I can't believe that you fucking doing that is worse than Andrew typing.
Sorry for shaking my coffee. I'm listening.
Unbelievable because I'm trying to open up to you about my ghost experience.
Tell me about your ghost experience.
Okay, the first house I lived in when I was little had 2 ghosts in it and we had to move.
Did it?
My mum believes in ghosts like really strongly to the point when I was like, you know when you
Hi, Anne.
Yeah, hi Anne. You know when you go through that phase when you're scared that someone's in your room when you're younger or like you're scared of ghosts, I would like run crying to my parents' room instead of being told like no there's nothing there. My mum would be like, oh, say hello, or they could turn nasty.
Whoa.
So I was like on a fucking mental level of it where I was like, be nice to me, be nice. I was also very arrogant. I thought Queen Victoria was the ghost I had in my room.
Whoa.
Which is like a level up that was unnecessary because why would she visit me?
And why would she have lived in that house? Like what is going on?
Queen Victoria definitely didn't live in our house.
Okay.
For sure not, but she would sit in my room and just like look at me and I'd be like, Your Highness, I hope you're with your husband now because I knew they loved each other very much.
Sure, there's that.
But we had 2 ghosts in the house growing up and my mum would like, I'd always ask her about it because she'd like hinted at it and then she would never tell me like what it was and she's like, I can't tell you till you're older, I can't tell you till you're older. And you're like, oh my God. And she was like, when I brought you and your brother home as babies, like I introduced you to the ghosts to let them know that like this is Helen, she'll be living here now, she's my baby. Andrew, please.
The hell are you talking about?
So my mum would like, so when my brother was born, she introduced him to the lady upstairs and the man downstairs. Now she liked the man downstairs. She did not like the woman upstairs. She's not a fan.
Feels slightly anti-feminist.
She was a bitch.
Helen.
And then she introduced me.
Is your mom okay?
No, my mum also thinks she's got ghosts in her current new build next to Fleet Service station. But Trish, her clairvoyant, has verified it's true. So
Okay.
there's a professional involved.
She has a clairvoyant?
Yeah, Trish.
How often does she go to
Charge
the clairvoyant?
Trish.
How often does she go to the
I think
clairvoyant?
they're friends now. They hang out.
Yeah, but my question was how often does she give this woman money?
I don't know, weekly.
What?
I don't know. Do I?
To say what?
You are right. You do have ghosts.
Every week?
Mm-hmm. So Mum's not scared of the ghost. She just wants to know what they have to say because these ones she doesn't recognise.
Oh
They're
my
new.
God.
They're new. So but my mum said that she never told any of her friends about the ghost in this house because she was really embarrassed, being like, oh, I feel like a bad mum having like 2 babies in a ghost house, which is fair.
I'm glad she didn't tell her friends because they would have had her sectioned.
Yeah, good times, eh? And then basically my mum loved the old man downstairs and that he would watch us when she'd had to do something.
I'm sorry, she used the ghost as babysitter?
Not like to leave the house, but she's like, I'm going to the toilet. Can you keep an eye on Helen and Ted? And we'd be like, oh.
Sorry, your nanny was a ghost that your mom made up.
I guess, yeah. No, lovely man ghost. Lovely old man.
Your
lovely old
nanny was
man.
a ghost?
Yeah, lovely old man.
Your nanny was a ghost that your mom made
I
up.
was very little. I don't remember. I'm sure he was nice.
Your mum didn't think she was neglecting you because she left you with the man
ghost. She can go to the loo with a ghost. I think she'd rather him be there than go and watch her, you know?
Yeah, were those the choices? Is that what she'd been doing pre-baby?
Anyway, then this is what she couldn't tell me till I was older, and I'm glad she did wait because I'd have fucking freaked out.
Sorry, she told you this part when you were younger?
Yes.
Okay.
I was a very scared child. And I don't think it was like stopped, it was encouraged. So then one day, Catherine, her friends came over. And the
for an intervention
went upstairs to go to the toilet, and then her friend was standing at the bottom of the stairs, and she went, "Oh my God, move! There's a woman behind you trying to push you." My mum was like, "I fucking knew it. I knew there was someone bad up there. I knew she was a bitch." And then we moved to Fleet.
Sorry.
Hello.
Who was behind him?
The woman, the bad ghost upstairs.
But who was actually behind him?
No one. My mum said that she'd never even said it to her friend or mentioned anything about this female ghost upstairs, and she was like, "That proves it, we're leaving."
But it was probably like just one of the members of the party, right?
No, there was no party. It was just that couple and my mum and dad.
So are your mum's friends kind of like your mum?
1 second. There's no way two people are seeing the same ghost.
Helen, we both think this is a good podcast.
Yeah, this is a good... I don't understand.
I'm just saying collective delusion, it can occur.
How very dare you? How dare you? There's ghosts everywhere. My mum has she sees ghosts. But then I get worried that I can see ghosts because my mum says that we're in a lineage of women with powers because my grandma had it because she was really lucky.
Did she say this on the day you didn't get GCSEs by any chance?
No, we're very...
You have to tell your kids tales of their value, don't you?
No, because my grandma had powers. And then my mum got those powers too. And then I got the powers, my mum thinks. Because my granny was very lucky. She won the lottery 3 times. And
you
she...
ever won the lotto?
No, I never.
When you said she had powers, do you mean money?
And the moment I was born, my grandma sat bolt up in bed and went, "Anne just had a baby girl." And then went back to sleep. And then my mum... And then my mum... said that 20 minutes later, my dad called her parents and went, "Oh, Anne just had a baby girl." And they went, "We know. And that was me. That was my birth.
Okay.
And honestly, it's like big. It's in our family. We're all like, "That's cool." I don't know what the fuck is happening in this room. It's like, am I being pranked? Did you all decide to not be impressed?
I mean, if you're being pranked by your mother, I would say I worry for her. I think we're concerned about how things are at home.
No, because then
What's going on in Fleet?
My mum was
and
like,
if you're okay.
Because I would always see ghosts and I was very frightened by, but not as an adult. So I worried that it was like a child thing where I was just being told
childish
stories.
imagination.
So I got frightened.
Yeah, you were being terrorized.
I don't think I have the powers to see the ghost now as an adult.
No, I think you're being terrorized by your mother.
But I still have it in my head because I was at my mum's house for, not a night by myself, but for a late evening by myself. The new build. And I was like, she came home and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It's haunted." I could just feel it. There were noises happening. I was really uncomfortable.
Neighbours. She has neighbours.
No. Yeah, it's attached on both sides.
Yeah, so she has neighbours. And a motorway?
No, there was, and a motorway, yeah. But there was
the TV on?
No. Well, yeah. But I'm telling you now, I felt it. And also when we told ghost stories when we were younger, I'd get very frightened. But you've been primed.
You've been primed to be terrified.
But I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. You can ask Sunil Patel, I get so jumpy at home.
Yeah, sure, but I can walk along a dark street as a woman and I will always be terrified even if nothing happens because I know that I've been told about so many things I need to be afraid of. Except those things are more plausible and real.
But you must know people who've seen ghosts.
I've seen a ghost, Helen.
Fuck off, Andrew. Fuck off.
Tell me everything.
It was just an old gay. They're allowed in the bars too, you absolute dweeb.
Andrew, tell me.
You haven't seen a ghost.
Shut up! You are being such a cunt. Shut up. Sorry, Andrew.
That's okay. I wasn't that offended by it. It was when I was younger. We lived in Surrey. And
Hampshire, very close.
Yeah,
and my grandma was in Surrey.
Maybe Hampshire's haunted.
Thank you.
Well, I used to sit in the corner.
Maybe there's nothing going on in Hampshire, so people have to make up stories about.
Shut your whore mouth.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. Yeah. So it was. I was sit in the corner and talk to the corner. And my mum would be like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'm talking to the old man. And she's like, oh, that's freaky. I was like 2, 3. And there's only...
Children have imaginations.
Well, no, but here's
Especially, dare I say it, lonely children with no friends.
Right, outside. Out. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not leaving.
You can go stand there with them.
What?
Honestly, you can go stand there with them. You're being such a brat.
Have I actually been sent down?
Yeah,
I think you have.
Fucking 5 minutes silence. Andrew,
Do you want
continue.
to move there? Yeah. I've broken
What
the leg.
is
Yeah,
going on?
Andrew's going to swap in. Unfucking believable. The behaviour. I'm sorry, Andrew, because that was like you were actually opening up and being quite vulnerable with us.
Yeah, really.
Hi, darling.
Hi.
Okay, so you were talking to this old man.
Yeah, so I was talking to someone in the corner, and it's only happened after we dug up the garden. And the man I was talking to was a military figure. I called him the Major, like
Oh my
2, 3
God.
years old. Why is that in my vocabulary when I'm 2, 3 years old?
Oh, so it makes sense because Surrey, Aldershot, Hampshire, it's all
exactly.
in the
There's
same
military
area.
around there.
Thank you.
Anyway, so this only happened after we dug up the garden. Oh, I wasn't going around 2, 3
Don't
year old.
ignore
Okay,
it,
thank
ignore
you,
it.
thank you. What happened was we dug up the garden, and the previous owner's ashes were scattered in the garden. He was a major.
You're right. Yeah?
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that with me.
you're welcome.
I've got my friend Gwyneth, the one who's in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
She once saw a Victorian ghost. She was jogging in the woods near Aberystwyth.
Yeah.
And then she was like, in her brain going like, oh, that's so weird that man was on a penny farthing in Victorian garb. And then she went, oh my God, why was a man on a penny farthing in Victorian garb? And she...
He's a hipster. That's a hipster.
Shut up. And then she turned...
Hipster. Get out of my seat.
Are you serious? And
Oh.
then she turned around and she went, wait a second, there's no one there. We were
That
freaked
was a
out.
hipster, and penny farthings clearly move at pace.
Another friend of a friend. Oh, we've got the green screen out now as well. No, I loved it. Okay, another friend of a friend, Andrew. You're going to lose your mind with this. So they got really, really drunk on a night out, and they were at a party, and they were all like losing their minds at this club or whatever. And then like the club closed, and they were like, "Oh, we're not done yet, so we'll go back to ours for a party." So they went all back to this like big student house, and they were having fun. And then like one of the girls felt really, really sick, so she went to the bathroom, and she was like throwing up. And then she came out
Have
the
you
bathroom.
ever heard that the logical...
Shut it! And she came out the bathroom. She came out the bathroom, and then one of the guys was like, "You okay?" And she went, "Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. That nice woman got me a glass of water and held my hair back." And they went, "What woman? You're the only girl here." And she went, "The one in the bonnet." No joke.
A drunk woman thought she saw another woman?
She was throwing up.
That's
She
so
wasn't drunk anymore 'cause
profound.
the alcohol was coming out of her
That's
system.
not how it works immediately, but okay.
Andrew and Em, you're English. Did you ever hear Click Click Slide growing up?
No.
That ghost story. It was like massive in our town. That one and the handprint. And do you remember Drip
That's
Drip?
what I'm saying. Nothing happened in your town, so you had to make up this
Drip
nonsense.
Drip's good.
Is it the one where the hand is over the side of the bed?
Yes.
That made me so upset as a child.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what.
No. Here's the
Okay,
thing.
no. Can I please tell Drip
it's
Drip?
Just a story
It's like-
about bad plumbing, and I don't want to hear it again. I
It's-
used to hear it when I was a kid too. Helen, here's
Not
my
a
thing.
story about bad plumbing.
Have you ever?
I'll do it in the
considered
extras.
that the
I'll do
most-
it in the extras. Write that down.
Have
I'm
you
doing it in the
ever
extras.
considered that the most logical explanation is the most likely explanation?
That my mum has a mental health problem. Yes, yeah. But you can have a mental health problem and also see ghosts. And they're not like you don't have to have both together.
No, sure.
Because I've got
often they'll
depression and
come hand in
anxiety,
hand.
but I also can feel the other world around me. I remember
Uh-huh.
once I like walking past graveyards at night, and I'd feel something different in my body. I'd feel it like weighing me down, like people clawing at my legs. I'd feel it. Do you have that thing when you go past a graveyard that you feel like you need to hold your breath?
Is this a cum thing with you? Because I'm not doing that today.
No, it's not a cum thing. Obviously, it's not a cum
So
thing.
it usually is with holding your breath.
No, there was one line in the TV show Recess where it was just like really. Do you remember Recess? It's so good, and it's one of those lines that like no one else remembers, but it really stuck with me. And I think I watched it when I was 10, and it's like that kid's such a weirdo. You know, he doesn't even hold his breath when he goes past a graveyard. Like my entire life, I've been like, oh god, I don't want to be weird, but no one else does it.
Here, look, there's somebody coming in here to...
I know, but can you just say sorry?
For what?
Helen, you yelled at Catherine so much.
You've called me a cunt twice. I have a headache.
And before this, you made her tell her a very sad story in only 5 sentences.
Thank you, Andrew. God, I'm so used. This is what I'm saying about Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I'm so used to this podcast. I don't remember a time where I expected more for myself or from my friendships. Wow. Hey, we have a guest coming in, so you can tell your spooky little stories to her. Are you ready to introduce her? She's an incredible comedian. Her name is Bronwyn Sweeney! Hello, I'm doing my show. This Isn't For You in a huge room in London at the Leicester Square Theatre. And I'd absolutely love if you came. Please tell your friends and enemies because I'm desperate to fill it. It's December 2nd, 9:30. A Friday night, we're going to have such a good fun party vibe. Helen Bauer is going to open for me. And I think it'll be one of the last times maybe last time I ever do it. So I'd absolutely love to see you there. Oh, please come. It's Bronwyn Sweeney!
Hello.
Welcome!
Hi!
Happy Halloween!
Yes, it's officially spooky season.
Oh, God, not another one of you.
No, I just call it practical magic season. I can't wait. That's how I kick it off. Practical magic and Casper.
I've never seen it and it's flawless.
I gotta watch it. That's my promise to my Halloween. I did say this
One
last
green
year.
eye and one blue. His favorite shape's a star.
My favorite line is, I wished for you too. That's the love Aidan Quinn is. Anyway, you gotta watch
I'll
it.
watch it.
So good.
Were you about to say that's the love you're looking for? Because that's hideous. What are you talking about?
I want a man like Aidan Quinn to look me in the eye and say that he also wished for me.
I want that
Wow.
for you.
A super specific.
Spooky
list of-
season got sad real fast.
But then you hear the sound.
bum everyone out.
Then you hear the sound of the locust and you know it's coming for him. You have to watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it. I don't really understand what's happening. And I did say last year I'd watch it and I didn't. But this year I promise I will once I've watched Hocus Pocus 2. I'm
So
sorry.
good. I'm not having
I
this
haven't seen it.
someone
Don't
else.
even try.
I won't say anything.
Please don't.
I think
Please don't. I'm not ready to shit on it when I haven't even watched it yet.
Fair.
But I'm sure I will be when I'm done.
One way or another.
Stop it.
I'm gonna find you.
Stop it.
I'm gonna get you.
one way.
What's your experience of Halloween? How did you celebrate as a youth?
As a youth, so great question. For
Thank
people
you.
of the podcast
Thank
may not
you.
know, I have a bit of an international background. So I grew up in England, Greece, America, and Italy. So I've had an international version of Halloween. But I remember the shock I felt when I got to the US and realized Halloween's a big deal.
Oh, those fuckers love it.
They live
And
for Halloween.
Irish people love it too. I think we've been informed by Americanism in that regard on that
Yeah.
holiday. So yeah, it's quite
trick or treat, is it
trick or treating,
Yeah.
pumpkins outside your house.
Yes.
Yeah, we love decorations.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was fun. I moved to Florida and I remember just telling my mom I wanted to be like all the American kids on the block and go get stuff, but my mom
Yeah.
was like, this is such a waste of money. So we got a sad little jack-o'-lantern light that sat outside. But yeah, it was good.
Helen, why are you freaking out?
Florida. Were you in Celebration Village?
No, I wasn't, but I do know all about Celebration. No, I was
You
in
know, my
Orlando.
Bronwyn lives in Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, Bronwyn Weissmuller. She's from Louisiana. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. Her channel is called Once Upon a Bron, and it's just her and her girlfriend going to Disney World.
Sorry, did you just describe a YouTuber you've never met as your Bronwyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Once Upon a Bron. I love you.
No cross. I'm Broncom, so I mean, it's okay.
Not once a Bron a time? Well, surely that would have been fine.
That's good.
She actually
Once
worked.
upon a time works better, right?
That's a lot better.
No, my Bronwyn actually
Once
used to
upon
work
a
in the
time?
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
So are you a Disney fan?
I'm an adult Disney fan who's never been to Disney World,
Cool.
but I could go around it because I watch all the vlogs every day.
And I on the way here, I was like, I need to pump myself up. So I listened to Into the Unknown from the Frozen 2 soundtrack.
What's happening?
Into the unknown.
No, stop. Ow.
But
ow.
that's more a Christmas song, I know. But
I know, but I totally
yeah.
get it. I
Why
totally
did you pump
get
yourself up for this?
I think because I was in work, and then it was meetings, and I wanted to get in the zone to be chatty and.
So you listened to a song from Disney. Okay, listen, there's two of you. All right, that's fine. Okay,
So
there are
you
two of
lived in Orlando.
So you
I
had
did.
an international. So they loved Halloween.
Halloween was a big deal in Florida. And it was really fun. You dressed up. It was because I'd grown up watching American films. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was
Yeah.
I got there and I wanted the full experience.
What do the Italians do for Halloween?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, those are some Catholic people.
I think it's probably become something now, but I just remember being really embarrassed, not knowing it wasn't a big deal. I dressed up as a mobster for Halloween, full on bearded my face and got on public transport, and it was
Bearded
just,
your face?
bearded
Explain.
with eyeliner, just to look like a mobster. And no one else was dressed up on the tube that day.
But were there no Italians who just sort of looked mobby?
Oh yeah. I probably just like blended in.
Okay.
With a bunch of I just blended in with the Italians.
That kid really wants to be in the mob.
Like, look,
I get it. I was in a play about Al Capone once. So I totally get what bearding up means.
Yeah, you know, just were you Al Capone?
I was his accountant. Yeah.
Oh, you-
Age 12. The school play.
You remember his accountant?
Of course. Like,
Big Owl the musical. Ring any bells?
Sorry, so you drag kinged your way into the mob on on Italian transport on your way
Public
to the
transport.
And when you got to school, no one said anything.
I was going out like to a party, but I assumed everyone else would kind of be dressed up. There'd be
Yeah.
other kind of Halloween.
No.
No one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so what about Greece?
Greece, I think I went to an international school, so we, you know, it was like
Halloween.
You made like spooky little cards for people. Like,
Spooky cards.
you know, like Halloween cards.
Why are you saying that to me like that's a normal sentence?
You know, like at school
I'm
you'd
fully
make,
on board with this.
you
Yeah.
know, you'd make like Valentine's Day cards for like your class, but you'd also make like little spooky.
Sorry,
We didn't do that, but I
Em and
totally know what
Andrew.
you mean.
Sorry,
Did anyone know?
Em and Andrew, have
Don't
you
let
ever
her
sent a
make you feel
spooky
worse.
Halloween card?
Absolutely not. No.
No.
No. But like, I can understand the
What?
concept.
Can you? What does
Yeah.
the card say? Boo. Like,
Yeah.
It was the beginning of my copywriting career, so I think, yeah, like, I don't know.
I
Now I
swear they
feel-
do
I
it in
feel-
The Simpsons and like Recess and all
I
of that
think
sort of
American
stuff.
schools, it's just like every holiday is an opportunity to like craft and like, you know, do
Not learn about your history.
exactly anything to distract.
okay, fair enough. I do get that. But
know?
Bronwyn, just to recap, you would put beards on yourself and send people in school cards when there was no need, and you're not a lesbian?
Not a lesbian.
Fascinating.
No, I know.
Me neither.
Fascinating. Don't shake hands on being. Don't shake hands on being heterosexual. Don't celebrate your
Wait, don't.
heterosexuality
There's very
here.
many heterosexual guests. This is exciting for
Halloween
me.
is not a heterosexual holiday. You're not having that.
What?
I actually.
I think we
Oh,
could.
Em thinks it might be quite straight.
I think it's I think it's.
Do you think
I
it's
read
really
Yeah.
straight? Why? Because of all the like
It's
expectations.
like dressing up sexy for some like jock boy, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Whoa! But don't the Oh, interesting. I've always thought of it as quite a queer vibe, but that is an interesting take.
I think it's
Em.
hetero pride, like right. That's what I've heard. It's a chance for straight people to finally just like be openly like.
Is she a
slutty.
bunny? Is she a mouse? Either way, she's a slut.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes me feel sad for you guys. You
It
know what?
is
You can
sad.
have it.
It is.
Thank
sad.
you.
So much.
I
Yeah.
I relinquish Halloween to you people.
Okay, good. So now can
Yeah.
we talk about ghosts?
If you must.
So you.
Tell me about your experience
Okay.
with your ghost that you currently live with.
Sorry,
So-
what?
Okay, I have a ghost.
No,
right?
you don't.
I definitely do.
No, you
Does.
don't.
It's her truth and it's our holiday.
So I was saying to Helen earlier, I moved into my own place last year, which was like
So
a big
good.
deal for me. And it's
Congratulations.
a creaky little 1-bed flat, right? It's very kind of spooky as it is, and I call it Bronwyn's Creek after Dawson's Creek.
So good.
Very nice.
know?
Very nice. Very nice.
So there was a few times I came home where I could sense a presence, and I think you need to name the presence to not be scared of it. So I called my ghost Pacey,
Pacey.
as in like
The
Pacey
worst
from Dawson's
character?
Creek. You weren't Team Pacey on Dawson's Creek?
no, I obviously was.
All right, cool.
I didn't
For a
watch
second,
it.
I thought-
I'm younger.
Oh, yeah,
What?
Sorry, I just
I'm younger. I didn't watch it.
Pacey was the much hotter of the two. Had a much
Much hotter.
darker vibe.
my generation is like Euphoria.
I actually thought first, you know what I did? I just confused Pacey for a second with the person played by what's her name, who was married to Tom Cruise.
Oh, Joey.
Katie Holmes.
Joey,
Katie
is that her
Holmes.
character? Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Joey was the worst. Pacey was the best.
Joey was the worst. Then
No, Dawson was the
Dawson
worst.
was the worst, then
Joey was the
Joey.
second worst, and then Pacey was the best, and then Michelle's character
she was pretty bad too.
Was
But,
the-
like, she died.
Are
in
you
the show, so
kidding?
I feel
She
like-
was great.
No, worse was her friend, the rebel friend that also died of an overdose in the show.
Oh my god, that's why I was so scared of doing any drugs. Because,
Yeah.
So she did a pill, died of like drowning because she was so thirsty, and we were all like, never do anything good, never have any fun. That's why I
You
didn't
guys
do drugs.
have Euphoria. We had that one episode of Dawson's Creek where
Everybody who did drugs died.
In
Always.
Euphoria, we just do
Always.
drugs and we just like,
just like
hang
looks
out.
cool.
But it's my jam. It's my jam.
She did one ecstasy pill and
That
died.
was it, ecstasy.
And then I was like, I can never do drugs.
Wait, did she drink herself to death then with water? 'Cause she was so
Yeah,
thirsty.
I think was that the storyline, or did I imagine that? Either way, she died from ecstasy and a night out.
And then
think that was
became a
at
ghost.
house party.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I do believe in ghosts though. Like surely there are.
Sure, you just said surely.
I did.
But
I
I
realized
want
after
you to
I
be
said
clear.
that.
Like,
That was very confident.
let's be clear earlier that you were like, obviously Halloween cards. So surely doesn't feel like it has the same weight with you.
It's a word I throw around maybe too confident.
Yeah. So surely why would there
you're
surely
going
be
on a
ghosts?
verbal lockdown again so that Bronwyn can speak her truth.
Why do you believe in ghosts, Bronwyn?
I just feel like there's things that we can't explain. And where does energy go when people die?
What do you mean energy?
Comes back as a ghost.
Correct.
What do you mean energy?
Like,
A life force.
yeah.
A life force, where does it disappear to?
Sorry, when you extinguish a candle, are you like, where is the light gone?
No, because the smoke goes.
Yeah.
And that's what goes on to live on and makes a stain somewhere.
Yeah, people shit themselves as they die. The end.
What is wrong with you today?
I'm just saying there's an equivalent if you're looking for it.
Tell us about Pacey.
He just kind of like chills in the flat.
Lush.
And like, I'll come home and like certain doors are open that were closed.
Yeah.
It could also be a draft, but.
In your creaky flat?
In my creaky flat.
But also it could be Pacey.
Also could be you forgetting which doors you left open.
True. I am losing my mind a little bit living alone. I did go see, I don't know if I should admit this out loud. I did go see a psychic.
Oh my
Great.
God.
My mum
Helen
sees
loves
one
a
called
psychic.
Trish. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your one called?
Jane with a Y.
Love that for Jane. Okay, great.
Also a psychic to the Kardashians, may I add. So I would say a very good use of my money.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
I've been told not to talk, so I'm trying to not talk.
Tell me what Jane said.
Well, Jane told me
It's
that-
surprising she's not Jane with a K. Okay. That's some good stuff
I don't get it.
for the Kardashians.
Oh.
Wow. I'm wasted here. Go on.
Jane told me that there's a spirit who is present with me always, and that is my grandmother.
Lush. Do you like that though?
I
Or
do.
Did you
I
find
That's
out?
crazy. How did she know that you've had a grandmother?
It's so how would she know, right?
How would she know that?
How would she know?
And like, what are the odds of a woman in your 30s having a dead grandmother?
Mid to late is the.
What are the odds of that?
Well, I think it's
What are the
interesting-
odds of that, guys?
I know a lot of people think I sound crazy, but I think it's interesting that she knew out of my, two grandmothers, she was like, the spirit that is with you is the grandmother on your father's side, who's the one who's passed away. How would she know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
Because your granny's with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And if you'd said, oh no, only my mom's mom, she'd have, oh, that's who I mean. And then you'd have been
no.
like, wow.
But she also said that my grandmother was in the room and making a symbol of the letter M, and my grandmother's name was Mary,
Oh, Mary.
not
Yeah.
McDonald.
Oh, I'm jealous. I don't have a spirit with me.
You might like a
No,
spirit.
I don't think I do.
No?
No. But I've definitely been spaces where I felt something and felt uncomfortable. But like I don't think I've got a
That's
spirit
social
that travels
anxiety.
with me. It's not anxiety, no.
It's a bad chair.
No, it's not. It's a vibe. It's a you can
vibe,
feel
yeah.
it. Yeah. Do you know the story of Drip Drip, which is like a ghost story that went around England?
No, I'd
Oh my
love
god!
to hear it.
Okay, thank you. So this is one that like we told at school so much, and then like we got all like fucking terrified by it. But it's like a massive one. I think it's like that and Click Click Slide are like the two biggest ones in the UK. So basically, the story is this woman's going to bed at night,
Yeah.
and she's like having a shower, she turns it off, like goes and gets herself a glass of water, goes to her room, lies in bed, falls asleep, and then she starts hearing this like drip, drip, dripping. And she's like, oh my God, like where the fuck's it coming from? She goes to the tap, turns it off again. She's like, okay, maybe it's just that, like a loose faucet. Then she can't sleep. She's like fucking flicking through stuff. And then she like reads this article on like a magazine about this killer who's on the loose in her area. And she's like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to sleep now. So then she just like decides, okay, right, I'll leave a light on, but I'm just going to like go to sleep. She like has a dog that lives with her and the dog's running around. And then she goes to bed, she puts her hand down by the side of the bed and the dog starts licking her hand. She's like, it's all fine, like my dog's here. And then she hears this dripping again. She's like, what the fuck is this? She goes like back to the kitchen sink, like nothing happening. And she's like freaking out, goes back to bed, dog's licking her hand.
It's raining.
It's not raining. And then she hears it again. She's like, no, wait, maybe that's coming from the bathroom. She goes into the bathroom. She pulls the curtain away and it's a dog. Her dog is hanging there and it's blood dripping off it. It's been killed. She goes back to her room, freaking out, like, what the fuck's happening? And then she sees that this guy has messaged in the articles, like, he's also written, like, people can lick too. That's one of his catchphrases.
The drip was her cunt?
The drip. No. The drip was the
drip
dead
was her
dog.
cunt.
And the man was under
People
the bed.
can lick too. The drip was her cunt.
This is another riddle.
Do you not love it?
Is that how you all? Is that sex ed? You heard it in?
Yeah, for me it was. Was that not right?
Yeah, it was about right.
They're about right. It was a really good retelling of it, I
Surely
believe.
the ending punchline wasn't people can lick too.
I maybe got a bit lost in the telling of it, but it's around
Oh
that.
my God, I have to wait. So what's it called? I'll look it up.
Drip, drip.
Drip,
It's
drip.
about the first man who ever gave head.
Just a hand like, but you're supposed to think it's a dog, but it's not. It's a killer.
No, it's just a British man who likes eating women out.
Just lying under the bed and licking hands.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm going to think about tonight.
But
What
then,
about Pacey? You'll have him
fuck's
give
sake.
you.
He will protect me.
Helen is right. The ending of this story is humans can lick too.
I fucking knew it.
I'm sorry. You're telling me Halloween isn't a lesbian holiday? And the punchline of your big spooky story is humans can lick too?
This is
Okay.
wild.
Okay.
But like, did you have a ghost story that you picked up along the way when you were younger?
So my mum, like my parents, when they moved back to England, lived in New York, which is apparently the spooky.
Yeah,
like,
I've
most
been on a
haunted-
ghost.
Yeah, the ghost tour,
walking
right?
there. Yeah. I remember Sunil Patel and Nick Elle a couple of summers ago.
So
It was fun.
fun.
It was amazing.
Sorry,
yeah.
you
So
went on a
good.
ghost tour in the summer.
A ghost walking tour, yeah.
Love
in
a
the
ghost.
summer.
Yeah, like we met at 9 p.m. on the pub by the water. You know, the one with all the
Yeah,
sheds
that's
on
where
it.
I went. Yeah.
And
you
the
walk
man
around.
meets you and goes, "Welcome to York," and it was us and loads of like international couples,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I'd be like, let's stay here and have an Aperol spritz.
"No, it's
'cause it's
so
the
good,
summer and bright
So
out.
No,
fun.
it was so wonderful.
I did go to ghost tour also in New Orleans, and that was fun.
was
because
that?
it
I
was
bet
a lot of
that's
like
good.
a lot of like spirit, like ghosts.
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
like,
of course.
I don't know, because like New Orleans has also got like a dark history too, and it's quite spooky.
It's like the magic, dark magic sort of a
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
We've seen Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the what is it? The Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Have you guys met before?
In another life.
Oh, fuck off. No,
I'm kidding. That's
we're not
serious.
doing that. We are
I do
not
believe in past
doing
life
that.
regressions also.
My mum thinks I was in the
What?
trenches in World War One, but she doesn't know for which side. No joke. She is so convinced of it. It happened.
Yeah.
She told me when I was 6 years old.
No!
I cried and had a panic
She
attack
shouldn't
at
be
the
looking after
Imperial War
children.
Museum, going into
Really?
the French experience, and I refused to go in. I was screaming, crying, and she went, "You're
That's
having
why.
a flashback."
But I've heard stories of that. Like my friend did a past lives regression thing,
Yeah.
and then she said she
Sorry,
saw
I
me
need you
in
to explain
ancient
all
Greece,
the words in that order.
Shut up.
and that because have you ever met someone and you're like, I know we've met before.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Do you mean had things in common?
Just
Catherine might be new.
yeah.
We don't know this yet. There's a good chance Catherine is new. Because with your germophobia and stuff like that, there's a chance you might not have lived through the plague, whereas I'm more
Yeah.
comfortable with it.
So like I'm terrified of heights. So I feel like in a past life
So am
I probably
That's
died.
because it's rational to be scared of falling to your death.
No, it's not. My mum is scared of
Yeah, no,
heights.
that's a rational
But she was
fear,
also
I'd
on the
say.
Titanic. My mum was on the Titanic.
Was
No,
she?
she
Yeah.
wasn't. No, she wasn't.
She can't even hear
Those
Celine Dion.
people are
She's
dead.
flashbacks. No joke.
No.
That's why she's never seen the film. Actually, I've got a bit of material about this, but like she can't.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It was my first stand-up show, which I've now recorded as a special. But my mum can't watch Titanic because it's like flashback central for her. She was on
did
it.
she die on it?
Yeah, she thinks so.
I wonder if it was like, did she drown like on the boat?
I think
or
she fell off
in-
and hit the propeller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's alive, so I don't think she did.
She's alive now, but not in that
past life.
incarnation.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So what was your past life, babe?
So I don't know. I haven't done the regression, but a friend of mine.
Sorry, what do you mean done the regression?
So you can do you can do past life regressions where you get into this meditative state, and then you can kind of see like your past lives. So a friend
and
of
I
mine.
presume you have to pay somebody to
it's
guide
a lot.
you
It's a
through
lot
that.
of
it's just
money.
like $2 grand.
You
It's just
can't
$2
put a
grand.
price on.
Yeah, knowing.
Knowing like who you were.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and you can't put a price on somebody else telling you who you were while you close your eyes to music.
My mum can instinctively tell
And yet,
you.
I'll
which
bet you
might
they
save
do put a
some
price on it,
money.
Bronwyn.
Oh,
I'll
really?
bet you they have put a price on it, have they?
It is. It's a lot.
There's a set price.
There's
Yeah,
a
there
set
is
price. But it depends how many regressions you want, right? I mean, you gotta. Yeah. It's.
it's per regression.
But
think
do
it's
you?
by-
I get this.
But like, this friend of mine that I met her in like my office kitchen at my first job in London, and immediately was just like, I like you. We click, and we didn't even know each other yet. It was just literally like,
Yeah.
can I have that mug? I don't know. And then she did this regression, and she said that we knew each other, but we were living in ancient Greece, and we were both like maidens in ancient Greece.
No. I believe
Right.
it.
Yeah, no, ancient Greece is incredibly diverse and
Yeah.
Yeah, and pro women space. No
This
doubt.
is not
You
what
don't stay in your body. Like, it's a soul thing.
Yeah, it's like
I was in the trenches. I was being a man. Like, I could have been a war horse for all I know.
My apologies. I'm wrong, and I can only apologize.
How the fuck is the Catholic thinking we're ridiculous?
I'm not a Catholic, though. That's the thing. I was also fed narratives by people in positions of power and adults in my life. And then I grew up and thought, I have a critical thinking faculty. And then I assessed their words and thought, I don't know that a man in the sky should be the best metric of my sexuality or morality.
Yep.
And then I went ahead and just sort of didn't believe in it anymore.
I think I was in India.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I went there when I was like 19, I think it was, and I just felt immediately like, yeah, this is very relaxed.
The white woman felt a real relaxed vibe in India.
But I think you can connect to cities, right? Have you ever been to a city and been like, I just know I belong here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like a vibe.
But like but
you feel like I know where I'm going. Yeah. Like that weird thing of like when you just sort of like get
that's because Google Maps exists.
No, but without Google Maps, like have you ever like gone somewhere and you just sort of been like, oh, like you walk to the place because you sort of like look it up and you're like, oh,
you're
I just got
an
here.
overly
And then you walk
confident
back.
woman, yes.
But you can feel it. You're like, I was meant to be here. This makes sense right now. Like this is all meant to happen.
Yeah, we all watched too many movies in the 90s.
Yeah, yes, I mean,
We
we did, but like I remember when I went to Rome, I got there and I was like, I know this city, like I belong here.
Yeah, it's in every film and television show we've ever seen.
And it has that effect on people.
No, it's
Sabrina
not.
the Teenage
Letters
Witch
to
went
Julia.
there. All the
Letters
Olsen
to Julia.
sisters went there.
There was Olsen Sisters movie is great though.
And listen, I'm not arguing with you on that, which is why I also feel like I know Rome. But like,
true. Yeah, I think my logic is a little flawed.
The best one though is when you meet someone and you're like, we had a fight in a previous life. Do you ever get like the opposite when you're just sort of like you meet someone and you're like, you don't like me. We don't like each other. And instead of being like, oh, it's because they don't like me, I'm always just sort of like, oh, I bet if
that's how I'm
going to
explain it. That's
I
how I'm going to explain
killed
I've had
your
a fight
mum
with
in
every
1806.
British woman ever in the past.
There was a really beautiful moment there where Bronwyn was on the precipice of sanity and was like, oh yeah, maybe. And then you said that and the Bronwyn was like, no, yeah, Helen.
No, yeah,
Helen.
right. Yeah. That explains.
Maybe my logic is a little flawed. I hate women when I meet them. What is going on?
I think, okay, look, I'm with you. I'm not religious at all. I don't like.
Me neither. I'm not mental.
That crazy.
Aren't you just trying to displace religiosity with another narrative that makes your life feel like it has more purpose? Because otherwise you'd just be here and this would be your lot?
Could be, but I also just think, right, like every group of humans thinks that they're at like the height of like intelligence and humanity.
I don't think that. I think we are actively
we're
trash.
We are trash. But you know what I mean? It's like I feel like there's some things that cannot be explained yet.
Yeah, but why can't we just be like, we don't know, rather than to be like, well, they think it's God and I know it's ghosts.
I guess I have to think that like my ghost is a friendly guy called Casper or Pacey, because like if not, like I would be terrified to come home.
What if he's just a draft? What if he's not a ghost at all?
A draft is also frightening.
Just like wind.
Yeah, wind is scary. Wind is a scary element.
Yeah.
Least scary element, sunshine. Scariest element, wind and frost.
Can we please, and I can't believe I'm saying this, can we please have a listener problem just so that I could fall into somebody else's life for a second? Thank you so much.
Do you imagine if it's about ghosts?
Yeah.
Usually I would say to the guest, are you up for helping us solve a problem? But maybe
I feel like I haven't represented myself very well here. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to come in and talk about like the ghost of my grandmother.
No, I loved it. But can we also come back on so we can talk about living in Florida and that close to Disney World?
Absolutely. I've got a lot to say.
You don't need to apologize for what you've spoken about. I think, unfortunately, considerable numbers of the podcast listeners relate to Helen, and so they will relate to you.
It's been really nice being on tour and meeting the Helens. The Catherines don't come sing.
But they show up very early to my shows. God bless them. Let's go.
Yeah, we've started most shows late.
This is from H.
Hi,
H. Oh my God, like Helen.
Like Helen. Or haunted.
Or hell. We're in hell.
Well, this is a haunting of a kind.
Okay.
Here's my question. Last week, I met a guy at a bar and went home with him that night.
Yes!
Nice.
Get it! Fucking get it!
Woohoo!
Nice.
Yesterday, we went on a second date, and as we were walking back...
Are we counting meeting in a bar and going home as a date? Hey?
Yes.
Okay, good for you.
I love how all of the things that people send us are problems, but you always celebrate the first line without any other context.
Sorry, yeah. We're like, these guys are getting married.
And then it's going to be like, out he was Ted Bundy. Like, oh no, not Ted.
But at least he was hot. H for hot. Okay, sorry.
So they met in a bar, went home with him that night. They went on a second date or first date, however you like to view it. And as they were walking back to his apartment, he told me he had recently acquired an anal-specific STD, which he did not disclose to me the last time we hooked up because we were both very drunk and nothing had been done together physically that carried the risk of transmitting the STD.
Okay,
amazing.
He was very apologetic and answered all of my questions directly and honestly, told me the STD was very new to him and offered to pay for a cab back to my place if I decided I didn't want to spend the night with him again. I decided to spend the night with him anyway, as he once again reassured me there was no risk of transmission as long as we stuck to the same physical acts we'd done before.
Okay. Nice.
I have a lot of casual sex, so I'm very used to and comfortable with conversations regarding STDs and safety. And I feel like he handled the conversation in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Being only 2 dates in, I'm not terribly invested in this person, but we do get along and have similar values, and I'd be interested in seeing him again.
Yay.
However, I would like some outside perspective. Should it be an absolute deal breaker that he didn't disclose his STD status when we first hooked up? At the moment, I feel comfortable with the conversation that we had and understand why he didn't tell me at first. But I'd like to know what you think.
I think the fact that he didn't put you at risk of it during that first date and it was just like one casual hookup is fine. Like, he wasn't trying to push you into doing something that would mean that the anal worms could transmit. I'm going to say worms.
Let's not guess worms.
Let's not guess. Let's not guess.
Play guess the anal STD.
No, let's not guess.
Anal specific.
Let's not guess.
STDs.
No.
I did not know you could get anal
specific
STDs. That's exciting to know.
I kind of want to know now what it is.
Me too.
Just to.
But can we focus on the problem?
Yeah, I think.
But it would be nice to know. Like what? Like is it hemorrhoids? Is that an STD?
No.
But chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis all come up.
Okay.
Of the anus?
I guess, yeah.
Can we focus on? Yeah. So, Helen, what's your thought on the problem? I think if you didn't put her at risk.
I reckon in a past life.
No, Helen. Helen.
He told
Helen
someone
H
on the
is
first
writing
date.
in for some perspective. Please offer that.
I
in a
think
useful way.
he didn't say anything on the first day. However, he was not putting you at risk. It was just a casual hookup from the perspective of that first sort of like hookup. I think he was very honest. In an ideal world, everyone would be completely honest and lay everything out on the table the first moment they meet someone. But that is not the world we meet. I'm not going to hook up with someone and be like, just so you know, I've never had a proper relationship. I've got anxiety and depression and I believe in ghosts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't list everything. Like, so it's you weren't put at risk and now you have the facts. And that is, I think he dealt with it really well. I'll say that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think so too. And honestly, like in this day and age, like anyone being that kind of honest, I think is very refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, he was honest. He gave you the facts when it mattered, offered to pay for a cab home, which is very nice. And it sounds like you've got a lot of sexual experience and, you know what you're doing.
Totes.
And I would go for round 3.
I'd say live your life, just don't do a rim job, I reckon.
Yeah.
Is where I would draw the line with that one. No rimming. No?
Yeah, I'm sort of like, I think trust your instincts. I feel like your instincts are that you are safe and that this person had your best interests in mind and that you've, and like, I think similarly, in an ideal world, we would be able to go, hey, you're coming home with me, FYI, I have this STD, but it doesn't put you at risk provided we stay within this paradigm, and then people would generally receive that information well. I would say that like that assumes that we exist in a world where there isn't massive sex negativity and shame, and where there isn't shame around STDs, a lack of information, disinformation. That makes it quite scary for that to be something that you would say. And also, like, if you're a woman, for example, you can sometimes feel unsafe in those contexts or feeling those things. So, like, I have compassion for this person. I think had he behaved in a way that was a risk to your body, this would be a very fucking different conversation. I do not think you get to take that risk with somebody else's body. And I do think they deserve full information. I think that how you feel is completely valid, and I think you know yourself best, and you were there for that conversation, so you should trust yourself and that you're right.
Yeah.
Would I feel the same? I don't know. I think I might be annoyed that I didn't have full information, but I also with compassion for why he didn't feel he could give it to me. But I think it's okay. I think like these things are like pretending these things are black and white and aren't nuanced, and also pretending that you weren't drunk and like that. Like I don't know. It's a very difficult one, but I think your instincts are already telling you how you feel, and you didn't. And also, like obviously, I assume you're going to go get tested. You'll ask for all the information that you need to feel
do your
safe.
own research as well. 100%.
Yeah, obviously, but it does feel like this person did something scary quite early on, quite early. That is hard to do when there's an awful lot of stigma and judgment.
Get a ghost to watch and referee in the corner and be like, "You're too close. You're going to get an anal disease." And then the ghost can sort of shout out when it's like not going well.
I hooked up with a guy in a first meeting also, and it was like everything happened so fast. There was alcohol involved. It was very fun. We both wanted it, followed our hearts and our horniness. Yeah. And it was great. And then after the fact, I got the message that said, "Listen, I'm not really in a place to give you a relationship or anything." And I could have been a bit mad or upset, but I did something I wanted to do too. And I actually really respected him taking a moment to just say, "Listen, this is where I'm at. And I can't offer you more. I had a good time."
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. I don't know if that's
clear communication.
clear, because like in the first, it sounds like for you too. Like in the first instance, there really wasn't a moment to be upfront about anything. And I know when it comes to health and safety, like you should always, risk ruining the mood to tell someone they could be in danger if they have sex with you.
Yeah.
But you weren't. It doesn't sound like.
Yeah.
Really.
It doesn't sound like you were in danger the first time. Always risk ruining the mood for
Yes,
a share of
something-
information. 100%.
Yes.
However,
But also, like, let's societally work towards it being more comfortable to talk about STDs as well.
For sure.
We can't on the one hand be like, he should have told her from the outset, and on the other hand be like, any STD needs to be like it's the worst thing that anybody could not tell you. Like we have to like.
and we
balance
here
it.
at TrustyHogs pledge to get rid of that stigma by asking every single guest to bring their full sexual medical history with them
Do you have
before
any
we start
STD?
each episode.
No, but I think it is like a nuanced, balanced thing, and I think you should
We
just
pledge to do it.
I think you should just trust your instincts, and it feels like you feel okay.
Pubic
about it.
lice,
No.
crabs,
No, you're not. You're joking.
herpes.
You're joking. It would be fine if you had tried to get
Vaginismus.
rid of all of them. Do you have vaginismus?
No,
What's
I
that?
don't.
And it's not an STD.
Yeah, it's crabs and lice STDs, or they?
I don't know.
they're
I'm just
like
listing things.
infestations, aren't they?
I don't know.
I don't
It's if I have enough sex to know. Like,
Perhaps it's an STD, I think, yes. It's like sexually transmitted, right?
it's not crabs though, is it? It's like, it's not lice, like little crab-shaped lice, is it? It's
I
like
don't
lice.
know.
Crab-shaped
like a rat.
lice.
I think that's what it isn't. That what it is? Aren't
I
they
don't
like
know.
little?
I think so.
Just
Yeah.
little crabs just running up and down my fucking like labia.
Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say on this
Don't
topic.
come in.
On this topic, Dean Street in London has an amazing clinic where you can walk in and get tested. Lots of places have walk-in clinics to get tested.
My one's in Camberwell.
I genuinely, I honestly can't stress this enough. You never feel more comfortable than after you've been tested. You're like, whew,
You can do it at home
ooh.
too. I always get the kits that you
Nice,
send home.
nice. Okay, great. I
and
didn't
I
know
leave
that.
little messages in the box for the lab technician.
Huh? What?
So like you can get the boxes sent to you with the needle and
But
the
what does the
swabs.
message say?
Well, I think it's such an amazing service. I couldn't
Thank you
believe
so
that
much
it
for
was
testing my
free.
test.
I don't know. I was just
Yeah,
it
this
had
country.
a scare, and it was just like I literally filled in a form. It was super discreet. I got a box, did the test, sent it, and I just put a little post that said "Thank you for your service."
They text you your
and then
results.
it text. Yeah, it was just nice, and then you can show that to your next sexual partner.
What up?
Be like, show me your results.
We had it at school.
Oh, really?
At college even. There's like piss in a pot day.
I'm glad you clarified. I was like, huh? Piss in a
Piss in a
day?
pot day, and we'd all piss in a pot, and then they'd
Pip
text us all our
day.
results. But it was so stupid because we'd all be in class together, and all the phones go like ding, 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 and we'd all be like, huh? Yay! And everyone pretending to smile. Like, it was awful.
Oh, and then there's that one person who's like, yeah, me too. Yeah. Whoa, that was so scary, right, guys?
Shout out to Farmer Sixth Form College. Woo woo! Piss in the pot day, mate.
But I think
Live
that's a
on.
really cool culture to engender in teenagers about their bodies. Like that you should get tested, and that it's like a thing that everyone's
And you should do it at school.
That you should do it at school. But I think that's great. Does that answer the problem? Or Andrew, any further thoughts?
No, I think that's very well covered.
I got a thing.
Go on.
You also, because it's like people get confused between the asshole and vagina sometimes.
No, they don't.
And
Helen,
they
you've
do.
got to stop believing men when they say they got confused. Helen, look at me. Look at me. No one's ever been confused.
It is so taint size dependent.
No,
and
Helen,
you
it's not.
refuse to accept that some people's taints.
No, I know
are
they're
a
narrow.
thumbnail.
I know that, but look at me.
There are people
Look
whose
at
taints
me.
are that big.
I'm willing to bet I have seen more women's vaginas than you have.
Yeah, 100%. I've only seen yours.
Okay. You haven't seen mine.
I've seen yours, comedian Louise Bastock.
You
Amazing.
haven't seen mine. You pulling down my trousers trying to see mine is not the same as seeing mine.
It's incredible. It's like a Barbie.
The point is,
Nothing flapping out.
the point is, you have. I can tell you, I've never been down there ever and been like, which one?
Let me just try both.
Yeah, let me just try. I've never slipped. No one falls into an asshole.
Just
Also,
because
let's
you've
just say
never
that.
seen a small taint doesn't mean that I've never come against a micro penis.
Baby girl, I have
Doesn't mean they don't exist.
I've seen all kinds of size taints. I promise you no one's ever been confused about the top one or the bottom one being which. Also, one's like, huh, and the other one's like, Come on. There's a very distinct difference.
I don't know. I had a finger
It's a
put up my
smoker. It's a
asshole
smoker and
by
a
nurse
baby.
recently, and she was like, "Relax," and she went, "Oh, you are." So, like, I don't think one of them was like,
No.
Apparently, I was very open to it.
But you were sick.
Oh, well, that's amazing. Easy.
I can move in here.
Yeah. If you could just make it easy access, Helen. Oh no, we're okay.
we're
Amazing. We're
Helen,
up.
no. My elbow's stuck. I can't get my
And then
elbow.
my crabs ran the whole 200 meters it takes because of the size of
They
my
were trying
taint.
to like, wait.
Ooh, we're coming too.
Too late. Too
Nipping
late.
at the finger.
No.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Darling, it's better. Down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Why is it wetter down there?
Because that's the lyrics.
No, okay. Bronwyn, this has been horrible. Thank you for coming.
So welcome.
Have you had a nice time?
I've had a really good time.
Okay.
Just really sorry about all the ghost chat. I didn't like.
You
it's
think
just,
the thing that I've been left with as a lasting... I wish we were still having the ghost chat.
Okay.
I wish we were, and not the,
the taint
portal chat. Yeah.
Tell you the story of Click,
No.
Click, Slide.
No, thank you. But Bronwyn, if our listeners want to find you,
Yes,
where do they
can.
find you?
If they want, you know,
Yeah, they do.
just die, come back as a ghost, and you can find me in Crouch End.
Don't give your address out.
No kidding, just kidding. Yeah,
Not an address.
I
It's
mean,
a vibe.
Crouch End also just feels like it's like a bit Gilmore Girls up there. I like it. It's like very spooky. And
Yeah.
100.
right
Are you
now.
a Gilmore Girls watcher?
I am.
We're all Gilmore
We're
Girls.
all
Come on.
Gilmore Girls.
We're all women of a certain age.
I've
Come on.
started again.
It's just that time of
Oh,
the season
God.
to start the rewatch.
Are you okay?
No, it's a depression, but like 100%.
Yeah, but it's funny though, right?
I'm
like,
okay.
just
I'm chill.
Are you
locked into rewatching?
I've never
all of
watched
it.
Gilmore Girls when I'm mentally well.
No,
But
me
do you
neither.
try and watch it from a different perspective each time?
Of course, but I will say, yeah, I mean, like Emily's version's very interesting.
I'm watching it from Luke's side now.
Oh my God, good for you, man. That guy needs more support.
The grandparents are great.
So obviously you naturally watch from Lorelai's,
Yeah.
and then you go through the Rory phase, which is the worst
Ugh.
one, and then Emily's
Paris
perspective
is a nice read.
incredible.
Paris is a
Haven't
nice
done
read.
Paris.
Oh God, it'll actually
Yeah.
make you kind of bitter. But listen,
Yeah.
I just think Rory's had a much easier life than she thinks she has. And
I think-
maybe the rest of us have problems too.
I watched a
Agreed.
YouTube video on this.
What I will say though is on Gilmore Girls, once I had my heart like broken by a
why we
person
go there.
by a person who seemed to like not feel it. Like it was the end of a really long relationship and they seemed fine, and like they had a new girlfriend really fast and they like seemed like they were getting on with things really well, and I was like, I've imploded. Why is this so unequal? And then I went on our shared Netflix and realized that they'd been watching Gilmore Girls, and I was like, they're having a terrible time. It's all a facade. We're fine. I'm fine. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Such
It was
show,
such
though.
a euphoric discovery. I was
I
like,
wish I'd
it's
had
cool.
that.
They're having a really hard time as well. Woo, we're fine. They are struggling.
yeah,
So that
no
was-
one happy watching it.
No.
Or Grey's Anatomy. That's my other.
Oh my
go-to.
God, that is a really dark place.
really dark place.
Yeah.
I brought my whole family in with me to that dark hole. I
Oh,
was
sweet
like,
God.
I was like, we're all watching.
Had you
Grey's
lost
Anatomy now.
someone?
I'd also gone through a breakup.
There we
and
go.
I was just like,
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
They were watching in solidarity, but actually you
I went home for Christmas. I was like, we're not watching Christmas movies. We're starting season 8 of Grey's Anatomy.
Season 8 you took them in
I
at.
took him the whole way.
Sandra.
Just past that.
Christ,
It was
oh my
bad. But
God.
anyway, you can find me at Broncom on Instagram and
Great.
Twitter and now TikTok. I'm up to
Woohoo!
300 views on my last video, so I'd say
oh my God.
doing real well.
301. Don't mind if we do. Bronwyn, you've been such a lovely guest. Thank you for
you.
being here. And listen, I wish you well with Pacey.
Thank you so much. Yes.
And send our love to Pacey.
I will.
Nope.
I
That's
will.
not what I said. Bronwyn Sweeney, everybody!
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you so much to our exec producers, Guy Goodman, Simon Moores, Janinna Bautista, Mary Fox, Annie Tonner, Sarah Harque-Deakin, and Oliver Jago. Thank you. You're angels. Thank you too to our producers, Richard Bicknell, Elle, Richard Bolt, Neil Redmond, Victoria Hutchison, Emma Walton, Karen and David Bull, Harald van Dijk, Eddie Doyle, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel R, Anthony Conway, Sadie Cashmore, Claire Owen-Jones, Jess Nick, Zoe, Joe Holmes, Sarah and Molly, Alex Pugh, Josie W, Amy, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina, Lindsay, Sophie Chivers, Graham Marsh, Emily Gee, and Amy O. Reardon. You're a bunch of absolute legends.
Yes!
Thank you.
Thank you. I read it out next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.